Welcome to San Diego for the 2019 West Coast Women's Pro Ultimate Series. I'm Brian Moore. I'm in the booth joined by Jasmine Jordan. How you doing, Jasmine?
Pretty good.
Awesome. So this is the second game, I think, of the SoCal Tour for the Cascades side. Kind of giving us our first look yesterday when they defeated the Los Angeles 99s 16-12. And this is the backside of that road trip for them, inaugural game or first look at the Wolfpack side, the San Diego side, and we've got a lot of years of experience across the world club championships. Obviously from the Seattle side, the club team there, Riot. The Wolfpack are kind of joined from a mix of SoCal players and Arizona players, so a lot of chemistry from the SoCal region as well. As we take a look at the roster. Got just a few minutes left here. It's a nice day. Happy Mother's Day, obviously, to everybody out there tuning in on their day off. Hopefully you guys are enjoying a cold drink somewhere, and we're getting ready for the opening lines to be called.
Between the visiting Seattle Cascades and your San Diego Wolfpack. This game is a part of the 2019 West Coast Women's Professional Ultimate Series, which includes Seattle, Los Angeles, and San Diego. The purpose of the series is to increase visibility of women's ultimate and to establish a professional presence to build upon next year and in the future. The Wolfpack would like to thank the following partners, groups, and individuals who helped make this event possible. Savage Apparel, Discraft, the Premier Ultimate League, the Seattle Cascades, the Los Angeles Aviators, the San Diego Growlers, and the entire AUDL. And finally, the San Diego Ultimate Disc Sport community, and of course you, our Wolfpack fans. The four on-field referees for today's game will be Carlos Ruiz, Graham Gerhardt, Elliot Warner, and Carlo Mosca. So let's get going. Tonight's starting lineups. We're going to be announcing all the teams actually. Just first game of the season. Let's meet everybody. So for the visiting Seattle Cascades, number 3, Kelly Gillian. Number 9, Gina Titcomb. Number 10, Lexi Garrity. Number 13, Candace Hofer. Number 14, Sam Rodenberg. Number 18, Hazel Ostrowski. And number 19, Asia Perot. Number 20, Charlie Eady. Number 21, Jess Spalding. Number 26, Emily Zakowski. Number 36, Ikran Elmiz. Number 49, Christy Wong. Number 50, Charlie Mercer. And number 54, Lauren Holtzman. Number 66, Laura Manson. And finally, number 96, Jennifer Ricard Lopez. So welcome to San Diego. And now, let's give a giant packed welcome to your San Diego Wolfpack. Number 3, Lisa Shippick. Number 5, Laura Prosnick. Number 7, Cynthia Thomas. Number 8, Annie Keene. Number 9, Mariana Lopes. Number 11, Melissa Dunn. Number 13, Christina Dabowski. Number 15, Shira Kling. Number 16, Samantha Milan. Number 17, Erin Donahue. Number 18, Amanda Lowe. Number 19, Juliana Jordan. Number 22, Sheila May Reyes. Number 23, Zoe Kessler. Number 33, Kathleen Kaiser. Number 43, Allison Brown. Number 48, Cheyenne Lopez. Number 55, Dakota Lippincott. And number 88, Simrit Khalsa. And the Wolfpack are coached by Will Griffin. Welcome to the inaugural game in San Diego, Women's Professional Ultimate. And now, Ultimate fans, please rise for our national anthem. We don't have a flag today, so face whatever direction you feel is appropriate.
Oh, got it. Sorry. Welcome back. Just wrapping up the national anthem here as we get ready for the poll. We've got the Seattle Cascades visiting the home team, San Diego Wolfpack. In just a few minutes, we're going to have the poll, and the game format is going to be, I think, new to some of these players as well as maybe some of the viewers out there. It's the AUDL style format, so we're using the full length of the football field, 20-yard end zones, 7-on-7. So a little breezy down on the field.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see who elects to receive the poll as the players exchange high fives there to kick it off.
Please approach the officials at midfield.
I'd like to take a moment to wish a happy Mother's Day out there to all the moms taking their time to tune in for the game today. Should be a good matchup. Obviously a close game yesterday against the LA side, the 99s, as the Cascades wrap up their SoCal trip to kick off the 2019 Pro Women's Ultimate Series.
With a halftime lasting 10 minutes, the officials will actively call fouls, traveling, stalls, and other violations on the field.
You know, you look down the roster, Jasmine, at some of these players, there's a lot of talent across the Northwest in, you know, the mixed division, women's division, open division. Riot just coming off a world championship last year. They've got a lot of talent and chemistry. And then the SoCal side, obviously a blend of Arizona faces, SoCal faces across the women's and the mixed division. So what are you excited about today? What are you looking forward to?
I'm excited to see some women play some really great ultimate and get to use the whole width of the field and the whole length of the field to really showcase their skills and their athletic ability. And we are here to promote gender equity, so we're really excited about that. And it's kind of cool that it's on Mother's Day, so I think it's a perfect fit for the date and the time, so it's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. And to mention the width of the field, I think we heard the Growlers co-owner, Captain Will Griffin, is coaching the Wolfpack side, so he's going to be familiar with these dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
And Gina Titcomb, obviously a co-owner of the Cascades,
Mm-hmm.
the ADL team up there. So should be an interesting, foray of different style offenses, defenses. We'll see what the wind plays into in terms of any zone or any junk defense.
Mm-hmm.
But looks like the players are pretty excited down there. Some of the pregame antics and the warm-ups were looking pretty good. I think the ladies are excited to be kicking off this tour.
Yeah, I saw quite a few of them getting their boogie on their warm-ups, so I think they're ready to play. I'm not sure how many of these women have played against each other, being from Seattle and Southern California. I think they've seen each other a little bit. I know Shira Klein, the Wolfpack captain, and Gina Titcomb, they used to be teammates on Boston Brute Squad back in 2014. So we know they're familiar with each other. So it'll be an interesting game.
Looks like based on the ceremonial coin flip down there, they're electing to choose sides. Cascades will elect to receive.
Seattle will be receiving
From the left end zone on your screen.
And they will be receiving it at the south end of the field.
You hear some Wolfpack howls from the fans. We've sort of trickled in on ultimate time. We're getting underway here, but I'm equally excited to see what this showcase is going to have to offer today. You can see the Wolfpack's got quite a deep roster today, obviously being the home team. It'll be interesting to see if their stamina, their legs, and their depth with that size roster is going to give them an edge in the second half. Obviously, the Cascades, these ladies are playing at a high level almost all year round on the club side, where they're playing, 2-3 days of tournaments at a time with 3, 4, 5 games a day. So this is a completely different style format where those little games, each quarter you're maybe making a run, you're getting up 3 or 4 points here and there, but it doesn't take much to come back into a game when there's 4 quarters, 48 total minutes of playing time. It's a little bit different mentality, at least from when I played club, and probably same for you, right? In terms of preparing for a single game and being able to mentally battle the whole time. So
yeah, it's definitely a different format, and I know that the Cascades have a few less players, but I think their depth speaks volume, just because in their game yesterday they were 12-12 up until I think the last quarter. So and the 99s just kind of lost steam and got tired, and the Cascades were able to push through that last quarter and score 4 extra points. So they definitely have the depth of what it takes to last the whole game. So we'll see.
And I apologize in advance for my lack of familiarity with some of these players and the numbers. So I'm going to be looking down and probably missing some name pronunciation. So keep me in check, Jasmine, if you would.
And there's the poll.
The opening poll is presented by Discraft, the official disc of the AUDL.
Cascades elect to bring 2 handlers back and seem to start in sort of a spread or a hoe offense. Again, using that whole width of the field, lots of options to break the mark or put the middle of the field. Little dish on a give-go. It's Titcomb with the disc. Nice give-go. Oh, wow. There's that chemistry you were talking about, Jasmine. Getting into the position for the red zone.
There's a nice break there.
Number 18 throws it inside. Wow. Just shy of the goal line. It's Lexi Garrity with the disc. Back to Titcomb. Oh, she's open up line. It's going to be a goal. Cascades. What'd you like there, Jasmine? I thought that was pretty fluid offense.
Yeah, great handler movement there. They were able to break their mark a few times and just move the disc with the handlers.
Yeah, I really like the patience of the Cascades downfield offense to kind of wait for the handlers to get in striking position. Lots of patience to give go and get up line and clear. really using the full width of the field, getting outside of those hash marks. Some nice IO throws. Didn't look like too much wind as a factor down there, so we'll see how the Wolfpack does on their first offensive try here.
Number 10, Lexi Berry, who picked up the assist place for Seattle Mixtape. Sheena Titcomb, who scored the goal, was one of the Seattle Cascades co-owners.
We've got Jess Spalding on the pole.
Nice floaty pull.
Shy with the pickup, Juliana Jordan with the disc in the middle. Let's see how their handler movement works. It was a nice find the hole there.
Oh, big backhand hook.
Oh.
Sails just out of reach for the Wolfpack player. I like that aggressive strike though. It was a kind of a power position, number 48 on the Wolfpack.
Number 48 put that one up.
And now a chance for the Cascades to get a break, working from deep within Wolfpack territory.
Looks like they're running a vertical stack, which is a little bit different, but maybe that works better for using the whole width of the field.
Oh, floaty. Allows the Wolfpack to get it back.
And there we see a double team, which is allowed in the professional rules.
Little floaty there. She looked like she tried to bend it back. I think that was done with the huck. Never really had the shape on it to give the player a chance.
Another turn there.
So maybe on this low side, if the wind's coming towards us from the Cascade sideline to the Wolfpack sideline, we're going to see a little bit of maybe a trap or a struggle down on this low side. I can feel the wind up here. Nice grab.
Oh no.
Little miscommunication there maybe. Mercer with the disc. Ooh, good dump D. Forces a turn. That was Juliana Jordan on the dump, forcing that turnover. It's going to give the Growlers the disc in the middle, or the Wolfpack, excuse me, the disc in the middle of the field. 48. Cheyenne Lopez picks it up. Oh.
Nice grab.
Wow. She made that look easy. That was Cynthia Thomas. Here's a nice dump swing. Plenty of space. There it is. All right, so a little choppy in between there, but the Wolfpack doing what needed to get done to basically get their possession back, and we'll take a look at the replay here.
Juliana Jordan with the first Wolfpack score. That's my sister.
I'm sure that makes your mom happy to see that.
Yes, our mom is here watching today, so she's excited.
Do you guys ever, you guys are twins, right?
Yes.
Do you ever pull like the old switcheroo, or do you ever do that? I mean, like, not an ultimate in a rules scenario, but, you know, for fun and...
Yes. Yes, she actually made me fail one of my Spanish exams.
Oh, no.
Because we had a pop quiz.
You're only supposed to do that when it's to your advantage, but I guess that's the price you pay for taking a little risk.
Yeah, it was a pop quiz, so that didn't come out in my favor.
All right, so 1-1. About 8.5 minutes left in the first quarter here as we're on serve. If you're just joining us, this is the second game of the 2019 West Coast Women's Professional Ultimate Series. Sort of a unique opportunity to showcase premier women's ultimate as the Cascades work it up to the middle of the field. Oh, nice throw, nice grab. Wolfpack dump D gets a little tighter, but then gets beat up line. Nice continuation downfield. Number 14 with the goal, Sam Rodenberg.
Number 20, Charlie Lee.
They made that look pretty easy.
Assist going to number 14.
We'll take another
Sam
look at the
Rosenberg.
replay here. Yeah, nice clear out of space. Eve was wide open up line, and she finds 14, kind of continuation to the front cone. If you're the visiting team traveling on the road, when you score that easy, it's got to feel good to make use of your legs, be efficient, not a lot of turnovers like the Wolfpack struggled with on their first possession. So I think the game yesterday probably contributed to the Cascades, maybe nerves and emotions kind of settling in and knowing what they got to do to come out. And like you said, they were 12-12 and they had the focus and the depth to pull out the win yesterday. So I think they have every bit of confidence that what they know they can do, they could execute today.
Yeah, I'm sure there might be some nerves out there on the Wolfpack side.
Spalding with the pull again. We'll get another look at Wolfpack offense. Looking like they want an ISO from the vert stack. Oh,
nice save there.
Good recovery by number 88.
Great second effort by Sarah Kalsa.
Nice grab there.
Oh, she lets it fly. Beautiful
Woo!
throw.
And a nice grab by C.
Yeah, good two-handed secured grab. It was kind of a cross-field huck to space. Not a huge overthrow, but let's get another look at it.
Cynthia Thomas.
I love the continuation to flip the field and then continue that S-cut.
Yeah, that was a great find.
Yeah, that's a Robos, Phoenix Robos mixed player, Cynthia from the Arizona side. We've talked a lot about the amount of chemistry from the girls coming out from Arizona. I think we saw a little bit of that right there. So 2-2, we're still on serve. As the wind's picking up a little bit up here. Just about 7.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. So both teams able to stay in possession on serve as the Wolfpack gets their first chance to strike on defense from this side of the field since the original pull. So pull's only going about to midfield. Let's see if the Cascades can take advantage here. Oh.
Nice defense by Dose there.
Yeah, these throws are close, contested, but oh, wow. Titcomb with the disc, and after that amazing grab. Finds Kelly. Oh. She wanted Lexi Garrity there, kind of on an under and then an upline S-cut. Tough throw with that amount of space, so Wolfpack's going to have a lot of ground to cover to work back upfield. Nice centering passes. They're open under. They're not really stretching the field as much as I'd like to see. Oh, there goes a cut deep. Maybe too deep. Oh, there it is. Oh.
And wasn't quite able to recover that one.
Yeah, a little bit of wind maybe on those OIs. Oh, and a foot block.
Nice foot block.
And she takes off running. Wolfpack's going to put it for her. With the wind, can they read it?
Oh, not
quite. Enough legs. I like the quick strike, though, there from the Wolfpack. They basically had the disc at midfield. They got the turnover and the continuation, pushing the Cascades all the way back to their own end zone line. Titcomb with the disc. We're going to be saying her name a lot today, I feel. Nice around throw. Back to Edie, excuse me. Nice around break. Oh! And she's going to let it fly. A little short maybe. Had to come back. Looks like Lisa, oh no. I don't know who picked that up. Maybe a drop or a miscommunication there, but Cascades now able to set up right on the doorstep. Again, this is their offensive point, so we're still on serve. She's going to run it out, no problem.
Number 20, Charlie
Another
Eade
assist
lays up
from Charlie Eade.
beautifully for number 14,
I think another goal for Sam
Sam
Rodenberg.
And once again, Seattle jumps ahead, 3-2.
We'll take another look at that goal. That's exactly what you really want after a lot of running both ways, back and forth. Charlie Eade basically could pick it up, throw it to whichever side of the mark she wanted with the width of this field. She had Rodenberg wide open, just kind of thrown out to space over the shoulder. So 3-2, Cascades take the lead. We're still on serve, 4.5 to go.
Today is the favorite by having a women's roster for multiple years and having several world and club champion players from the Seattle Riot. But I think we know our Wolfpack are hungry, have a talented roster.
There's actually several ladies that are not available today because they're focused on their college season, which is obviously not quite wrapped up yet. They're playing with the Psychos as they get ready for college nationals. But stay tuned for the rest of the season. We've got games in June where you'll see several of the players that had to miss today, presumably active then. Oh, Cynthia. Oh, what a nice recovery there. Nice throw to space.
Nice work, ladies.
So that's an easy goal for the home side, the Wolfpack. You know, I think if you can be that effective on offense, as we take another look at the score, nice continuation down the sideline. If you can be that effective with that few throws and that much fluidity as an offense, the coach is going to be happy. You're going to conserve your legs. Gives your defense obviously not as much time to rest, but they get another chance to get to go right back. So 3-3, we've got under 4 minutes to go now in the first quarter.
With just under 4 minutes remaining.
Looks like Katie Kaiser's going to take the dish, and she's going to pull for the Wolfpack.
Looks like that goal was to number 16, Samantha Mylan out of Nebraska.
I think there is a little bit of wind down there because the pulls from that side are only making it to about midfield. And the offenses seem to prefer to work downwind. Tickham looking to get the dump. Ooh, tight D. Ooh. Great continuation cuts, working through the handlers. Helmy with the disc. Oh! Charlie Eade with a nice bid, but unable to come up with it. Gives the Wolfpack a chance. Not a lot of players downfield. She elects to dish back. Another continuation, dump swing. Really good. Oh, wow. Run through D. These long points. Oh, nice put down the line.
Jennifer
Oh,
Ricaurte
wow.
with the grab.
Amazing. Amazing throw to space. She had the wheels to get there and secure a two-handed grab. So that's another score. We're going to take another look.
Was that a bookends by Jennifer there? I think she's the one with the run through D.
So Jennifer,
You might be right, yeah.
has got the D, and she gets the goal. As the Cascades jump ahead, 4-3 with 2:50
Great work by number
remaining.
96 on the Cascades.
Yeah, she's a Colombian export. We've talked a lot about in the AUDL season so far, all the international faces, but that goes to the women's game just as much. You know, we've got Worlds, you've got Beach Worlds, you've got a lot of these players playing at the highest level around the globe, not just in this professional premiere here this weekend, but
Looks like she's got a lot of credentials there with the U23 women's national team, Columbia women's national team,
Yep.
and Bamboo.
Yep, silver medals at the World Ultimate Games. I don't know what PAUC stands for. That might be a regional or a continental championship. So the OB poll, the referee there helping the Wolfpack to their starting place. Oh, and a miscommunication in the backfield gives the Cascades a short field to work with.
Azia with the disc, handing it over to number 50, Charlie Mercer.
Mercer with a squeaky. Oh, wow, what a grab. Oh, my goodness. And for the first break, they do it with style. Mercer with a nice little I.O. kind of through the lane. We'll take another look if we can. I didn't have the best angle on the first one. There's the on-field cam. Oh, secures it, turns the wrist over, goes to the ground. That's textbook. Beautiful grab.
Yes, number 13, Candace Hayfert with the grab there.
Yeah, Charlie didn't really hesitate on that one. So she's got the confidence in her players to make those bids. So, you know, you've got a run through D, you've got a foot block on the on the Wolfpack side, and throws and catches like that. So it's getting exciting as the Cascades get a break in the first quarter here to go up 5-3. 2:07 left in the first quarter. Like to see the Wolfpack collect themselves and kind of secure their offense downfield as they have their first few possessions. Make sure this game doesn't get away from them. See that pole is going all the way to the 20 there. I think they are going to be working upwind now from right to left across your screen. Cascades look like they come out a little junky, clogging the lanes with 3 fronts. Maybe forcing middle here. Wolfpack having to come back for it, work through 3 handlers. Not really getting much yards upfield. Oh, there they go.
There was a nice find.
This is where that defense can be tricky. You get one through the middle, and then you're looking for your continuation. And there's throws there that maybe aren't there because you've got poaching players catching up from behind. So Cascades recollect themselves, put on the zone. That's good penetration there. Oh. And that's what the Cascades were playing for there. Now Mercer with the disc. Spalding, maybe a miscommunication. Wolfpack gets it right back. Oh, what a grab.
Great save.
Wolfpack working quickly now as the Cascades don't get as much time to set up their zone defense.
Looks like there was a call. A
Timeout for the Wolfpack. It's Will Griffin, I think, making that call. After the quick turnovers in the zone, I think that's a good chance for the Wolfpack to kind of understand something that they hadn't seen yet so far this game. Get a chance to maybe do some substitutions, get some fresh legs in there if necessary, and secure this score so that they don't go down more than 2. They can kind of bring it back within 1, get their defense a shot.
And are now 5-1 in the West.
Just wanted to mention here that the San Diego Growlers have a podcast, and Will Griffin is the host of that. So you can check it out on iTunes or SoundCloud or wherever else you get your podcasts at. I know he did a conference call with some of the women that are on that Wolfpack team. So if you were interested in learning more about the players and who they are, then you can sure give it a listen.
Yeah, some great interviews. I've been featured a couple times. It's kind of cool to hear the sounds of the game and some of the other interviews Will's been able to get from opposing coaches in the AUDL league, the women, some of the women that are part of this transformative season on this premiere of this Ultimate Series. So yeah, I've enjoyed listening to it. Will's putting out great content. He's a man of all trades. He's coaching today. He's recovering so he can play, on the ADL side and the club side, and he's also a podcast extraordinaire. So well done, Will. Shout out to his wife, Kat. Happy Mother's Day. Oh, maybe a second chance there, but nobody was there in the end zone to secure that for the score. Some tight lanes there. I didn't really like the forcing of the Wolfpack to work it down that lane. They could have got it into the red zone and kind of worked across before striking. Cascades now. Oh, overhand throw. Maybe a call on the field. We're going to let the players talk it over. It's going to stay with the Cascades. Mercer advances the disc to the 50-yard line. She's double teamed. Nice high release.
Azia with the disc now.
And that's the end of the quarter. I got distracted as well. I forgot we had less than a minute to go. So 5-3 Cascades are up. A break. Should be Wolfpack disc when we come back for the second quarter.
Those of you who have been to a Growler game know that we
And we'll take a quick break.
at the end of the third quarter.
Some nice highlights there from the ADL so far. As we come back into the second quarter, we wanted to take a moment to recognize some of the sponsors of West Coast Women's Pro Ultimate. TVX Video. TVX Video specializes in sports video for team training, college recruitment, and live streaming games just like this one. TVX is a proud partner of West Coast Women's Professional Ultimate. And if you guys get sick of hearing about TVX, because they're a great partner of ours today and obviously of the Growlers broadcast that we do for the home games, check out the website. We've got tons of sponsorship opportunities. You guys can have your organization or your company's reads made by us in the booth as well. So both teams, I think, what do you think, Jasmine? Pretty happy with the first quarter performance?
Yeah, I think that the Wolfpack is going to be really happy to have that first quarter down, and I'm sure a lot of those nerves are shaken out, and after having their first quarter done, they're ready to move forward and have a nice chilly offense against that junk that Cascades are throwing, which I'm sure comes out with a little bit of a vengeance. So we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, and I think the Cascades players, as you see some of the fans getting their suntan on, enjoying this beautiful day we're having. I think it was 74 degrees when I parked in the parking lot a couple hours ago. Cascades pretty pleased with the way that they came out striking on offense, and then their effective zone got them that break among many other turns. But both teams, I think, like you said, would hope to clean up some of the errant throws and some of the miscues from the first quarter. I think
Yeah.
the nerves have something to do with that, definitely. But still a very tight game. It's a 2-point game. It's going to be Cascades pulling to the Wolfpack. And as I've kind of mentioned, the pulls seem to be going much further from left to right. So I think the Wolfpack, whoever's receiving on the left end zone and working from left to right, is going to be going downwind essentially. So it is an advantage. And I think if you could get an upwind break, that's a big momentum swing, because then the other team has to work back upwind and even to stay on offense. So
Yes.
here we go. Spalding with the pull. Nice pull. Wolfpack working to the middle of the field, all the way across to the low side. Oh, and again, the wind a factor there all the way down to the low side. Intended for number 11, Melissa Dunn. It's going to be short.
a lot of these girls are also playing club teams, and I know Melissa Dunn was at Wildfire tryouts earlier this morning, so
oh wow,
she's doubling up on her play time.
Yeah, getting those legs a real test of the endurance today. Nice inside up line. Oh, I thought she was going to throw it. Yeah, I was looking for it. We know she's got the distance. She threw one earlier. Nice work under by the Wolfpack offense. Nice grab. That's Cheyenne Lopez. The dish back to Dunn. Dunn doesn't see much downfield to work with. I think they're waiting for their handlers to get into position, because there's a break around. Well thrown, put to space. Not a whole lot for Wolfpack to work with.
Oh.
And Spalding, 21 Spalding coming back for the D, kind of trailing. She's going to be a defensive staple for them today, I think, with the pulling. Oh, and those Cascades have a player streaking deep. Floating, perfectly read.
Beautiful throw.
Lauren Holzman with plenty of time to chase that down. And a nice throw to space to number 19.
And there's that upwind break that you were talking about.
I credit the Cascades with their patience to settle in on defense with the Wolfpack on the goal line, essentially, at that front far cone. And then to have the awareness to strike while the iron's hot. We had a wide open hook, perfectly thrown, chased down, and then a nice IO to space for the score. So that's another break. Cascades go up 6-3. I thought that the Cascades or the Wolfpack were doing a decent job of being patient in the red zone there in the corner. I didn't see any activation to get the disc back and kind of flip the field to really set themselves up with a wider options to strike for the score.
Yeah.
So the offense will get a chance to recollect themselves there, and we'll get mostly new line.
Yeah, I think a little bit of that was just the size of the field that they're not used to. They had to travel a long way to get in position, and the handlers weren't quite ready to be in position for their dump cuts.
Is that Shipek with the disc? One of the captains for the Wolfpack as she streaks up line. Floaty, but
and there's another
nice
upwind break.
Wow, so both teams able to effectively work upwind. Four, 6 with that score for the Wolfpack. Will Griffin's calling out his line for this big defensive point. I wonder if Aaron Donahue, number 17 there on the end of the line, has anything special with number 17. I know that's Will Griffin's number as well in all of his teams, so maybe he has a little affinity for that as he calls her last onto the line for this defensive point. Donahue, one of the other Phoenix imports from the Rubik's mixed team. Several of them on the roster today. Ooh. A missed throw by Cascades player. Wolfpack looking to strike quickly.
An overthrow.
I think the anxiousness with that opportunity got away too quickly. It was number 19, Juliana Jordan, with the intended receiver, Cynthia Thomas, I believe. But effectively pushing the Cascades back to their own end zone line as Edie picks up the disc, dishes it to Titcomb in the middle. Maybe some contact on the mark there. It's going to be 10 yards. A nice IO throw, but it might sail OB. Out of bounds called. So effective forcing that throw. That's not the first throw we've seen sail OB to this side from midfield or from the other side.
Wolfpack with another chance to score here.
Presselnick.
Got a nice swing.
Oh. Right through the hands of the Wolfpack player, but Cascades looking like they're calling out their line for a hoe stack. All right. Neither team able to really settle in on offense. I think too anxious to get going. Both teams' defenses are starting to clamp down a little bit more as well.
Yeah. Looks like really aggressive defense, which is awesome to see. All right.
Nice throw by number 16, Samantha Milan.
Christina Dabowski with the score there.
We'll take another look at the replay here. That was a nice throw.
Great
First throw to set it up, and then just perfectly turned around and to a wide open.
Christina Dabowski there. She's one of my old teammates from UC Davis.
Her club team is listed here as California Burrito. I just always loved the mixed team names. I always thought a good one would have been vegetable medley. Just be, you know, they're less serious than some of the women's or the open team names, but
yeah.
I like the amount of fun that they have in the mixed division.
Yeah.
So that's a downwind score and a break for the Wolfpack. So they're back within 1, 7.5 to go in the second quarter. Long point though, a lot of turns there. I didn't tally them up, but there was probably 4 or 5 turns total on that possession across both teams. And here's the pull. Neither team really taking advantage of the low side. If I was the puller, I would be looking to pin the disc on this sideline closest to us, because neither team's really doing an effective job of keeping the disc. Yeah, right here. Too easy to get it back around. Titcomb to Edie. Oh, nice bid by the Wolfpack player. You can hear the end zone calls. Garrity finds Titcomb back in the middle. Big around throw, but it's going to fall short. I think the wind may have been a factor there. Titcomb didn't want to sail it too high, but in doing so, she put it out of reach.
San Diego chance to even the score.
Oh, good dump D. That's a hand block on the Cascade side. Puts them right on the doorstep. Titcomb's going to trot and get the disc. Just a couple yards shy. High release. Two-handed grab. I think that was bookends from the scorer.
Jennifer Ricarte again.
We'll take another look to see that.
No, it looks like it was number 10 who scored that one.
Oh yeah, Garrity.
Lexi Garrity.
Nicely done. Tickham's got every throw in the book from what I've seen. So it's tough to guard that, you know, the whole width of the field. Even if you go perfectly flat, she can still get something up around, you know, which is a little bit tougher throw than something down low. But so Cascades hold there, 7-5. They're still up a break. There's a nice floaty pull. A lot of hang time. And the Cascades come down in sort of a junk defense here. Got 3 or 4 people in sort of a cup. Looking to, oh, intended for 16. Milan. So Cascades defense, without having to work too hard, gets an effective turn. Spalding with the disc now. Mercer. Back to Spalding. Mercer intended for number 26, Emily Zukowski.
Just a little too much juice on the pass.
Wolfpack's got a lot of ground to cover now as they start. Quite a spread as we see Thomas coming under for that. Big gain. Right back to Dunn. Nice around throw. See the disc wobbling a little bit there. There definitely is some wind on the field.
Cynthia Thomas doing a good job of trying to stretch the field there.
Yep. No mark effectively. There's the big open under.
Great.
Amanda Lowe was the thrower intended for Samantha Milan, I believe. So having to work really hard just to get the disc downfield and another errant throw, but great positioning. Spalding runs it out. Ooh. Nice around break. Oh, and a great bid. Spalding coming back for the disc now as they get across midfield. Oh, and Spalding lets it rip.
And
Wolfpack's
Shy with
there.
the D there.
Yeah, great positioning play by Cheyenne. Let's see who's trotting back for the pickup on the Wolfpack side. Again, a long point. You get 2 timeouts per half per team. Will Griffin's already expired one of them. 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go now. Great throw to space.
Oh, just a little
Not
too
enough.
far.
Yeah, not enough air under that one. But an effective punt, and Mercer's going to call immediate timeout. Smart call. Both teams working really hard to get a lot of yards gained, and then kind of get either a miscommunication or a no opportunity to score. Really, the deep shot was a little too floaty. The throw down here for the Wolfpack was overthrown. So Mercer is going to take the timeout, get some water, get some fresh legs, potentially sub. Before we take a break for halftime, we want to take a second to recognize our live streaming sponsor from TVX Video. Ted Bendrick and his crew at TVX Video have quite the history covering local sports here in San Diego and in Southern California. They specialize in sports video for team training, college recruitment, and live streaming games, just like this one. TVX takes pride in their ability to bring you live local sports. And the TVX sports team wants to say, thanks for tuning in. It really means a lot. I see the disc golf basket being not quite set up down there, but I know the fans, it's one of the favorite involved features of the home fans here at the San Diego games to do a 50-50 raffle. You get a mini disc, you get a chance to shoot towards that disc golf basket. The wind today, I don't know, my over-under for the number of makes with this wind is probably 2. What do you think, Jasmine? You think you could strike that basket in the second lane?
With that tiny little disc?
Yeah, with the it's like a 4 or 5 inch
Yeah.
little mini disc. It's not like a 175 like what they're using on the field. It's gonna be a trying test for the fans here with the wind today. They got
Yeah.
the sun in their eyes. Tick now with the disc as the clock rings back in. Oh, overthrown.
All right.
17 with the rundown D.
Oh,
Oh! A little zip on that throw to her teammate.
Wolfpack unable to capitalize on the turnover.
Intended for 33, so the Cascades get some yards back. You know, as the wind picks up, I think you're going to see some of these throws with a little bit more crisp, a little bit more zip on them. But those throws to space still have to be well calculated. Cascades working all the way up the far sideline now. Oh, big around break. Rodenberg with the disc, back to Titcomb. She's right where she wants to be, middle of the field, anywhere to throw. Finds number 3, Kelly Gillian, for the score.
Sheila Titcomb with the assist.
Yeah, Titcomb, man, I'm loving watching her work from anywhere on the field within striking distance of the goal. She's got all the fakes you have to respect. The mark has done a decent job of cutting off one of the throws, but like that throw was just right underneath IO to a standstill. Number 3, Kelly Gillian. Gillian. The Rhodes College export underground player from Seattle. So a 3-point lead. I think that's the largest lead for the Cascades today so far. As we've seen in the first quarter, both teams have relatively, efficient offenses when they're at their best. 4 or 5 throws and a goal in just about 10 or 20 seconds. It doesn't take long for this lead to either extend or to collapse for the Cascades. So Wolfpack looking to receive, about 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. A little side stack with an ISO. It's number 88. Kalsa. Oh, a little hesitation on the cut from the Wolfpack player there. I think that was done, waiting for the disc. Her player allowed to run through there. Now Mercer with the disc. Overthrown from Rodenberg.
Number 13, Christina Dabowski, make sure there's no Cascade score there. And the Wolfpack will once again.
Dabowski securing the D. And now the Wolfpack are looking to strike. Oh, that junk D moving across the field with the disc was enough to force a missed throw, and there it is, right back. I think both teams are, once they get a turnover, kind of flat-footed on offense. What we want to see is players driving. There you go, and spreading the field. Beautifully thrown. That's Dabowski dishing it back to number 88, Kalsa. Now done with the disc, activating her dump.
And there's a call.
Another timeout from the Growler coach. Sorry, Wolfpack coach, Growler player, Will Griffin. I think that's a good timeout call. There's just about a minute left. He really needs to secure this possession for a score if you're the Wolfpack. You don't want to go down 4 into halftime. Cut this lead from 3 down to 2, and it's anybody's game. But the Cascades junk D, I think, is giving the Wolfpack team enough of a struggle to force these turnovers. And they're going to be pretty pleased. Probably maybe shake up the recipe a little bit for the second half. But until the Wolfpack can prove that they can get through this zone easily and tire out the Cascade defense, I would keep throwing it. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the zone versus the person defense, Jasmine?
I think the zone is working really well for the Cascades right now, and I don't know why they would go with anything else. I think the Wolfpack did try to throw in some double teaming, and that didn't seem to be too effective for them, but if they could provide some kind of different defense, I think that would help them as well.
Yeah, you got throwers like Titcomb and Mercer, on the Cascade side. Even a double team on the mark, I think, is going to be ineffective at the end of the day. In maybe some tight scenarios, you might see some zone. The Cascades, I think, have been switching out of the zone into a person defense when it gets closer to the goal line, so we'll see how they set up here. Looks like maybe a double team coming into the mark on Preselnick.
I'm not so sure I would have called a timeout at that point, just because they seem to have pretty good position, but
good momentum.
Yeah, and momentum, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Double team the stalls. Oh, interesting that the whistle didn't start until the first throw. So this double team is clamping down, pushing the Wolfpack back. Done with the disc. Finds Laura. Lippincott. Oh, what a big hammer.
Oh my.
Love to see that. What a dime.
Woo!
What a dime.
And that was
a great find. Amazing hammer. From the low side, straight upwind to a wide open player. I want to see that again. There's the hammer. The Cascades, I think, got a little lackadaisical with their zone defense, getting in really tight, trying to prevent all those close throws, which has been effective. Now it's great to see that the Wolfpack can beat that with an overhead throw of that size, and then an easy dump for the score.
Yeah, the Cascades are going to have to respect that throw now that they've seen it and they know that the Wolfpack can make that work. That was awesome.
Yeah, I think that was Lippincott with the eventual goal. I don't know who threw the big hammer, but there's several girls on this team that I know have that throw, probably with better shape than I've ever thrown in a game for sure. So that's great to see. I love that.
Yeah, she must have, I don't know if she got a break in the wind there because that was going straight into it.
Yeah, absolutely. From the low side. I think if you're the Cascades, if they throw that as well as she just did, the Wolfpack anyhow, then your zone's doing what it should, which is contain the close throws, no easy dumps, no easy resets. And that could have been a high stall throw. It just happened to work out. So we see an out of bounds pull. So Wolfpack trailing by 2 now, 6-8, with under a minute to go in the second quarter. So the clock will start on the referee's signal. There goes Edie with the dish. Under back to Tickham. She's one of the ones who wants to let it fly. We've got about 35 seconds left. Edie. Rodenberg. On the low side, this is where you want to keep it, but nice underthrow for big yards to Lexi Garrity. Back to Tickham, 20 to go now. They're working it up, very controlled, very nice. They don't have to huck it now. They should look for something that I think they have timeouts to burn. 8 seconds. 5 seconds. Oh, and that's a nice score. 2 seconds to go now, so Cascades able to extend their lead. 9-6, and that's essentially going to be the half. I think we'll see a poll. See if we can see the replay. Here's the around throw, and
yes. Jennifer Ricarte Lopez with another score there.
So we'll put some, I think, 2 seconds back on the clock. Yep. But essentially the way that the time works, as soon as the pole is either caught or possession is established, the countdown will resume. So you need to get some quick passes and a huck off in order to make a strike at the end zone. So depending on where the pole lands, this may be exciting. This may just be not enough space to work with. There's been several times where we've kind of explained that type of scenario in the AUDL games this season, and it's come to fruition because these guys practice. I don't know how much the ladies have practiced this scenario exactly, but they know what they need to do right now. I don't know how many times they've done it before, but a nice pull. Clock's gonna start on the referee signal. There it is. And there's the huck. It's gonna fall short. The wind's knocking it down. Credit Spalding with the D, I suppose.
And
that's the end of the first half, so we'll take a quick break. We'll come back to resume the second half of the Cascades visiting the Wolfpack for the second game of the 2019 West Coast Women's Professional Ultimate Series. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we're resuming the second half of the San Diego Wolfpack hosting the Seattle Cascades. A little winded coming back up from the field. Yeah, this is the second game of the 2019 West Coast Women's Pro Ultimate Series. The second of 4 games. Yesterday we had the LA 99s hosting the Cascades on their trip to the SoCal. And today we've got the Wolfpack hosting them on their second leg. And then next month we'll have a couple more games between the SoCal teams. June 15th at 4:15 at Mission Bay High School. The 99s will come down to play the San Diego Wolfpack. I believe that's prior to a Growler game. And then later in the month, June 30th at 4 p.m. in Culver City, San Diego will head up to visit the Los Angeles 99s. So a couple more games to look forward to after this one. For those of you fans out there. Looks like the Wolfpack's going to be pulling to the Cascades, who are in the lead 9-6. So Will Griffin's knee looks good there, trotting back off the field. We'll wait for the whistle and the pull, but it's going to be, who's that with the disc? Laura Prelsnick. Looks like an OB pull. It's going to give the Cascades favorable position. Oh, but the Wolfpack looking like they're coming out in a quick double team. Forces a deep dump. Titcomb with the disc. To Kelly Jillian. Back to Titcomb. Oh! Thought we might have got a layout there. Elmi, wow. Oh, I thought she had it. I thought Elmi's dish to Christy Wong was going to be a good. It looked like she towed it in properly, but maybe she just didn't have it secured just yet.
Yeah. Oh.
And a quick huck.
Oh,
Nice
and
grab.
a nice grab.
Nice around throw from Captain Shipek. Back to her. Cheyenne back to Jordan. Thinking about a big up line. Nope. Oh, and she's going to throw it. But it's right in between to Spalding. Spalding with the easy D in the dish. Mercer with the disc now. Spalding clears. Oh, no, she's going to get it back. And the poach from Cheyenne.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Just a little short there.
That wind is so tough to throw with the right shape to space. You want to throw it a little OI or a little IO to get it to come back and put it out of reach.
Just a little bit too much to space by
And
Cynthia Thomas.
Yeah, Cynthia Thomas. I like the attacking mentality there with a wide open Wolfpack player, but the Hucks with this wind are just not as dialed in as I think they would hope. They know they have those throws, but just a little bit of wind is accelerating the disc or keeping it up too long. Spalding now with the disc. Back to Elmi. Back to Spalding. Oh! Oh, wow. Catch your D's. Looks like Mercer with the disc. Oh, and the Cascades are going to let it rip to a wide open Rodenberg, or no, Asia Peru. Overthrown. So a turnover, and Lisa Shipek's going to chase the disc down and walk it up to the end zone line. This is a big opportunity for the Wolfpack. They're down 4 right now. If they can cut this to 3, the Cascades, I think, have had their chances this possession, and they'll get another one. 36. Kron Elmi to, is that Zukowski?
I think it was Ikran Elmi with the score.
Oh, Elmi with the score. Okay, yeah. So Cascades extending their lead to 5, now 11-15. We see that again. Yeah, it was Zukowski with the score from Elmi, I believe. A lot of chemistry. These girls we've been saying most of some of these names more or less on the defensive side or the offensive side that they were working through their handlers, Mercer or Titcomb, and when they get a wide open look downfield, they're not hesitating to let it fly, so I like that. Wolfpack will have to recollect themselves here and work it up on offense. Spalding with the pull. It's a nice floaty pull up high, giving them a chance to run down on defense. And again, they're going to throw this junk D, just like we talked about in the first half, Jasmine. I think that they may have heard us, or they had the same mentality and observation, which was, that one big overhead throw for the Wolfpack score. That was all they really had to beat this. And until they prove that they can beat it the right way,
oh no,
and a frustrated drop on the fakes, I think, from the Wolfpack. So turnover at midfield. But yeah, the Cascades formula is being pretty effective as they set up in a vert stack. Spalding with the disc. Great underthrow. Oh, and looked like Mercer maybe with the throw intended for number 13.
I don't know if we can give 43 Allison Brown any credit for the defense, but she was there on top of it.
I'm sorry, that was Manson originally. And the Cascades go right back into their zone defense. Oh, wow, what a grab. Making it tough on themselves, but oh, there you go. That's what you're looking for.
They found that hole. See if they can keep their momentum there.
Yeah, no continuation allows the Cascades defense to trot right back into position. You can see that the holes through the cup on a tough throw to read there with the sun and the wind on the far sideline. So Cascades are going to set up their offense, maybe looking timeout. They elect for the timeout. So sort of a grind here. We've seen this in the AUDL, and especially in the first few years of the league where the frustration from both teams, offense or defense in this case, to get the disc, get the possession, and work so far up the field only to turn it over, have a miscue, can be real deflating when you have to go back on the defense. So both teams suffering a little bit of maybe will benefit from a mental refresh here, maybe some water and some fresh legs on a substitution. About 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. As now I see Justin Goodman setting up the disc golf basket. So just right on time. It's in the second running lane. So we'll see how many. Again, I think I said my over/under is 2 makes, and I'm going to take the under. So only 1 or less mini discs will end up in there, but we'll see. All right, so a little patch of shade covering some of the field now. Maybe it's going to cool it down and allow the Cascades to take advantage of this timeout. Electing to start in a hoe stack with 4 handlers back, 3 cutters downfield, and the Wolfpack in a double team on the mark.
In a bracket
and effectively forcing that turnover there. And they're going to work quickly. Contact call. It's going to be 10 yards. So now on the red zone, they've got a triple team, a nice dump break around. Right back. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Oh! And it stays up.
See if they can stay chilly enough to make this
great
work.
shape.
Awesome.
Great shape.
And a score there by number 15, Shara Klein, who is the captain of the Wolfpack.
We'll take another look, and I think that was Rodenberg with the bid, but the continuation and the awareness to secure that grab allows the Wolfpack to work it around and score. Annie Keene with the assist, so cutting the lead back to 4. Now under 5 minutes to go. Yeah, sort of an interesting mix of players on these rosters, where you've got the Seattle side that's got a lot of well-known established players in the Northwest region, like Charlie Mercer, like Garrity, like some of the ladies that have been playing, maybe potentially even college and club in the same region for so long. And then you've got this hodgepodge of Arizona, SoCal, maybe LA/San Diego or Orange County girls that are formulating the Wolfpack side. So it's a nice pull there from the Wolfpack. Interesting to see that the Cascades elect to go to zone, and they seem to be so comfortable in that zone defense. I haven't seen the Wolfpack test them yet with a true zone defense. Been kind of forcing a double team on their big throwers.
Yeah.
Titcomb or Mercer or Edie. Titcomb back to Edie. Titcomb thinking about it, holsters the she throws the one down the line.
Able to
inbounds,
keep it in there.
nicely done. Garrity now finding Titcomb back up. Effectively, they've run their entire offense through either Titcomb or Edie. Travel call, so it's going to come back in a loss of yards. Should be a loss of yards unless there's a offsetting foul. There we go.
Travel by Cascades, that'll bring it back 10 yards, and the Growler substitution was for an injury.
You've got Melissa Dunn coming out of the game there, and Juliana Jordan stepping in for her, so not sure if she's getting tired after that practice she had before this game.
Oh, and a big around throw, wow.
She comes down with it.
Jennifer Recorte Lopez. And then there's a score. Lexi Garrity. Titcomb to Garrity for the score. So a big momentum swing there after the timeout. Long point. Cascades extending their lead back to 5, up 12-7. Yeah, Garrity, the mixtape player out of Seattle, she's got quite the accolades list. 14-15 mixed silver in 15 and 16 U.S. Open silver. 2017 mixed champion, U.S. Open champion, Triple Crown champion, just so many accolades. The region on really in all the divisions, you've got Riot, you've got mixtape. On the men's side, you've got Sockeye. Just quite the powerhouse region in the ultimate community, regardless of the division. So there's the pull. It's going to be inbounds on this low side. Wolfpack setting up sort of a host stack, horizontal stack. Good button hook cut, and then the give go. Oh, nice break.
Yeah, that being said, I think for the Wolfpack moving forward in the future, having this game under their belt will be great for them to have played against such a powerhouse team and had a great test of what they can really do. So
yeah, absolutely. You can see the Cascades players there sort of showing acceleration and no doubt of mental toughness, of physical endurance. Oh, and a big overhead throw. She can hunt it down. Wow, what a grab. That's a difficult grab right there, the way to go up and kind of follow the disc down with your fingers up and your thumb down versus kind of like we'll take another look. Credit the thrower with the patience to see that and then throw it, and the defender's basically out of position, but what a grab. Spalding with the grab. So that extends the Cascades lead to 6.
I would take the liberty to say that those two have probably played together quite a bit. If she has the faith that Jess will come down with that throw.
Yeah, and she didn't even really seem to, it didn't bother her, the positioning that she had or the way she had to grab, but I personally would have gone 2 hands probably, but but she's secured it no problem, effortless from up here anyway. That's what it looked like. Spalding will pull again. As we've seen, she's kind of a stalwart on the tee line for the Cascades. Cheyenne will dish to the middle. Oh, and Thomas is streaking. That's the right time, and she's gonna put it perfectly put together.
Let's see if she can read it.
Thomas, she got up early. Spalding was there, potentially with the awareness to maintain position. Neither player seemed to get a good touch on the disc, but the forcing Thomas to go up early, I think Spalding played that pretty well. Not sure what the call is. A pick, maybe downfield. So now the Cascades working from their own end zone. Ooh, Thomas on the mark. Working up the far sideline. Oh, a little overthrown. Oh! Almost recovered for the Seattle side. A little overthrown with the wind. Again, we saw some good momentum, some good fluid offense working up that sideline. Oh, great D
by Charlie there.
The disc is going to stay up, but not enough. You see a little bump, or a little bounce on the disc in the wind right there, but it eventually falls. And the Wolfpack are going to call timeout before establishing possession. So, if you're the Wolfpack, I think you got a minute left in the third quarter. You just need to kind of get score, get off the field, go into the fourth quarter with a new perspective and the confidence that you can disrupt the Cascades flow enough to get some turns as you have, and then have the awareness and the patience to strike and work it through their junk defense, which has been fairly effective, generating several turnovers and several breaks. So I didn't get a read on how many mini discs were sold today, but I promise I didn't make any prejudgment on my over/under on the number of discs that will make it. But it's a 50-50 raffle. It's a fun way for the fans to get involved. Obviously, a lot of the folks that come out to support these teams, and today especially, are Ultimate players themselves. So, although we probably should have put a few dollars in. I've never had this vantage point from quite this high up. This is almost like a tomahawk or axe throwing from up here straight down into that basket. So
yeah, I see a few moms out there too supporting their children on Mother's Day, so I'm sure that's exciting for them.
You can hear the crowd getting involved as they come out of that timeout. The pack cheers. Tickham on the mark. And it looks like a little bit of a junk D from the Cascades. They're kind of face guarding their defenders. It's up is called. Oh, and underthrown. Nice run through D. Cascades set up their offense on the end zone line. And it's a goal. Garrity with the score from Tickham again with her standing middle, just outside the end zone, middle of the field. She's got all those throws. It's almost impossible to shut down throws to either side of the field in that position. So if you're the Cascades player, that's exactly what you want to cut for is Tickham in the middle of the field with a mark. Let her throw you open. So extending their lead to 7 now. Cascades are rolling. They've got several breaks this half. And I think they've got as many breaks in this quarter alone as they did in the first half. So they're maintaining efficiency, and the wind's picking up a little bit here. Let's see if the Wolfpack can reassert themselves and kind of maintain composure at this stage of the game. It's not out of reach, but it's going to start to be if they can't maintain their endurance and make use of their defensive possessions to secure those breaks. So the pole's up.
They're hauling down there, looking like they might throw another junky defense.
Yep. And you can see all the Cascade players kind of cupping the Wolfpack disc thrower. Wow. Nice grab secured there by the Wolfpack. Kaiser now with the double team coming on. Those are the types of quick short passes that are going to help them beat this. If they get too stagnant with the disc and the cuts don't come, it allows the defense to get a little bit more anxious. As the clock winds down, 5 seconds left in the quarter, they're going to have to let one fly.
Oh, and a nice grab, but not quite in the end zone.
And I don't know what the official call there was. It looked like, oh no, she was shy of the end zone by about 5 yards. She was towing the 15-yard line.
Working the disc up the field by the Wolfpack, but just not quite enough time.
Nice grab by Captain Sheriff Lane, but
Yeah, I think the Cascades, they fooled me just as well. So we'll get ready for the disc toss here, but that defensive possession on the Cascade side was basically giving them easy underthrows, whether or not that was their strategy, but preventing the deep throw by the time they realized how much little time was left wasn't close enough. So we'll take a look down on the track there to see the disc golf basket. Currently there's no discs in there, but we'll get a countdown here soon for all the fans to get down to the railing in the stands and hopefully get as close as they can. Anxiously waiting their time to shine. Oh, as Justin Goodman's going to bring the basket a little bit closer, stacking the deck against me. All right, so the basket's going to stay in about the 4th lane. Oh no, he's moving it even closer.
Okay, so looks like we got the hole set up. So if you've got a mini disc, head on out. Line yourself anywhere along that front railing, and we'll do a countdown starting right now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
All right, we see the fans get a little bit closer to the railing, give themselves their best chance. Somebody's got several chances there. We'll see how well they do, but the wind, I think the wind's going to be a factor, man. I don't know how well we're going to see some little guys. Oh, I see Chicharito made it back out today, so that's good. He was here a few weeks ago. He's looking really slim. It's an international sport, Ultimate. So
2 and 1, let them fly.
there they go.
there goes the first one. There goes some more. The wind giving, some close shots, some strikes on the pole, some good shape. I see some nice, Oh, there's a good one.
Oh,
Low
so
putts.
close.
You hate to see those low putts.
Yeah.
Got some expert throwers playing the wind from the left side. Trying to get it to die right in. Oh, off the top. Justin Goodman's giving him a second chance, which again is stacking the deck on my my odds. But all right, I see a few dozen discs. They're hopefully going to get some more chances.
With that wind, it's a pretty tough target to hit. So thanks everybody who tried.
Great form from Justin Goodman on the return. Although it might have been a travel, but this is disc golf, so there's no travel calls. You actually get a nice approach where you're encouraged to kind of continue your throwing motion.
Yeah.
Get a few more throws here from the fans. Everybody's getting involved.
He does have the wind behind him as well.
That's true, yeah.
So unfair advantage.
All right, throw those last discs if you got any. We're just about ready to pull.
Oh!
They're just playing catch now. They're not even.
Somebody's got to make it.
Okay, let's start our final quarter.
All right, so the fourth quarter getting ready to set into motion here. Again, 12-minute quarters. If you're just joining us, we're simulating the AUDL style rules and format. So 4 quarters, 12 minutes apiece. 7-on-7 on sort of a much wider field dimensions than most of these players are probably accustomed to in the club level or the college level. Cascades electing to go into person defense. Nice work by this Wolfpack offensive possession here. Taking what they're being given.
Nice work by Dose, number 22.
Yep, she gets it back. Looking for Dunn. Oh, Dunn, nice
grab.
throw and nice grab. Throw to space.
Oh.
Just not enough air underneath that one. It's kind of sailed away. IO. Cascades got a lot of room to work now, but if they just maintain possession, I think they'll be successful with the outcome of this game. Just don't allow any quick scores, any quick turnovers and quick scores. And they'll be able to maintain their lead of 7 right now. Oh! Good second effort by the defender there to know that that disc was still live. Nice throw to the space on the sideline. There's another one. Oh no. A little too high, maybe out of reach to come with the easy two-handed block. Oh, a nice throw around up line. Rodenberg's going to let it fly.
Wow.
Short of the end zone, but there's Charlie Eady with the score from Kelly Gillian.
Great connection there.
Yeah, it was Rodenberg that put up the big huck. I thought it was going to maybe fly far enough for the score. She had plenty of time to read it. We'll take another look. There's the read, two-handed grab, and that's easy.
Great read and completion. It's definitely nice to have that little bit of a lead and relax a little bit, and a lot of those plays become a lot easier when you have more time and space to work with.
Yeah, so Cascades extending their lead, continuing to extend their lead, now up 8. I think this game is more or less done, but in terms of this is the second game and the final game, I believe, for the Cascades in this series, and this is only the first one for the Wolfpack with 2 more to go as they host LA, and they'll visit LA one more time each this season. So this is about building momentum, building the comfort level of these players in this format. Oh, and Cheyenne's going to let it fly. Nice grab.
Great grab by
Beautiful
Christina
connection.
Dabowski.
Beautiful connection. Oh, wow. Making it exciting. Oh, overthrown. Elmy and Spalding working from the backfield. Find Mercer. She's got a streaking Laura Manson, who comes back for it. Mercer again. Wolfpack settles in downfield D. Oh, but a nice break throw.
Wow.
Wow, and it's up. Oh, they're gonna, okay,
Be a
the
call.
refs are gonna confer with one another as they each saw something different. So the down call is from the head ref there. It's gonna mean a turnover. And Wolfpack disc. Got about 8.5 minutes to go. I'd like to see Cheyenne Lopez with that huck a few minutes ago, intended for Dabowski, I believe. So we know she's got that distance. We'd like to see some more cuts for her in motion. She's coming back looking for the dump now. Nice upfield under. Thomas is so fast. She seems like she's always open, whether they throw it to her or not.
Oh.
Little miscue there on the dump reset. Spalding's going to pick it up. Lopez on the mark. Elmy. Back to Spalding. She's working from the middle of the field. This is where, yep.
Wow.
This is where she's got all control. Just shy of the end zone for 56 or 66. Manson finds Spalding again. And Elmy finds Rodenberg for the score, so extending their lead. Cascades get another one, 16-7.
That was 36 in Colorado.
Take another look.
The assist going to number 19.
It seems like the Wolfpack is having a little bit of trouble getting stuck on that sideline and not being able to make those swings happen, and their handler dump cuts are not connecting. So
Yeah, their dumps I think are starting a little bit close. They're getting anxious and they want to support their teammate in a high stall count, but they're not giving their throwers a chance to really set their feet, communicate with a fake, and then throw it out to space. That last one from Thomas, I think, was a prime example. A little too close.
yeah.
Makes it tough on both the thrower and the dump cutter in order to execute well there. So makes for a turnover and a Cascade score. Both teams have been fairly effective at generating turnovers, but the Cascades have really excelled at securing the possession, walking it down into the red zone, and then putting it in the hands of somebody like Spalding or Tickham, who has every throw or a dish. There was Elmy making quick work of this possession. The Wolfpack's across midfield on the low sideline. There's the dish back to the middle. I like that. The give go. Looks like a forced middle. And that was Annie Keene with the throwaway. Oh! Reyes maybe got a piece of that, but Cascade player able to reel it in. Now looking dump. Wow. Little contact there on Edie, so they're gonna get some yardage back. Edie didn't look like she was open from the dump cut, but she eventually kind of willed her way to getting open for a close one, kind of bodying up and boxing out. Gillian finds number 10, Garrity. Jillian, excuse me. Oh, the lefty. Oh, wow, she gets it right back from Evie with the dish to Garrity. Kind of a give-go sort of, no, you assist me, no, you assist me sort of scenario. I like that chemistry from the Cascade players. So up 10 now, 6.5 to go, thereabouts.
That was a great button hook cut there, making that work.
Yeah, you're right. I do see some moms down there, some of them with really little ones.
Yeah.
So I give them props and a shout out and a happy Mother's Day. I hope they're enjoying themselves and they get to spend it with their families, whether they're on the field or they're working on some part of the organization that's involved here today, whether it's the ticket sales, the merch, food trucks, production crew. It takes a lot to produce one of these events. So, oh, and a
There's
big
another
rip.
deep look.
Big rip.
Oh, just missed it.
2 Wolfpack players there in the area. One with the big opportunity to go up, and then the continuation kind of just out of the reach of, I think that was Thomas. Wow. Spalding with a uncharacteristic missed throw there for Elmi on the up line to space. There's a score. A much needed score for the Wolfpack side. I think that was done to number 16.
Samantha Myland.
Myland, all right.
Number 11, Melissa Dunn gets
So
the
about
assist
5.5
for
minutes
number
to go in
16.
the fourth quarter.
Sam Myland and
I wonder how much each of these teams actually will take advantage of the footage. You know, that's one of the other things I've you know, from the amount of preparation that goes into it's just week by week versus the traditional format of a 2 or 3 day tournament where you're playing team after team back to back to back. The ability to kind of review and the coaches, the captains to kind of talk about what they did well, what they need to improve upon, and have that be the focus leading up to their next meetings. I think that's a nice benefit to this format.
Yeah, I think that definitely should be a great resource for them. A lot of these women are playing on other club teams.
Yep.
And have a lot of other commitments in addition to this pro team. So it's hard to get together and it's hard to watch the footage, but and then also just having a long time in between your games, that will
Right.
definitely give them some time to analyze and make some adjustments.
So Edie picks up, and she's got a double team on the mark. Some tight defense from the Wolfpack. I haven't seen them be this tight. A nice overhead high release throw to the middle of field. Rodenberger to Garrity. Generating a turnover there. So I think the Wolfpack, I don't know if they what they did after that last score, but that was a much needed momentum swing for them. And they take advantage.
Really risky.
Reyes with a nice secured two-hand grab. Back to Reyes. Working through sort of a spread offense, it looks like, on the Wolfpack. They're not lined up in the host stack. They're kind of just working through space.
Oh, that
Nice
was a
throw to
great
space
find.
there.
Another
Oh, a nice
risky
hook.
throw.
It's going to come
She's
back.
gonna get it.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful throw, beautiful transition. That's a back-to-back score for the Wolfpack, so we'll take another look. That's the throw that set it up, and then you could see she was off to the races. She had her defender beat, and a perfect throw. Way to run that down and have the awareness to see it inbounds.
number 9.
It was a great
Mariana Lopes.
run by Mariana Lopes. She also goes by Mars.
Getting the Wolfpack to 9.
All right, so lead back to 8. Wolfpack able to secure 2 quick goals there. 4 minutes, 19 seconds left in the game. some much-needed life into this defensive side, I think, for the Wolfpack. You can hear some of the fans cheering them on as they come back to the sideline. Wolfpack getting their line set up for the defensive point. A flick pull OB, so I think they're going to elect to set up in that same double team trap on the low side. We talked about this a little bit in the first half as being a viable strategy for defense, whereas we saw the pulls continuing to go up and let the players kind of work through the middle of the field. So Edie with the disc. Oh. Dubovsky with the potential D there, and the pressure of forcing another turnover. So I'm loving this intensity and the strategy and tactics from the Wolfpack side. I just only wish they would have started a little sooner today because they're coming back to life right now. A nice high release to get around. Timeout for the Wolfpack. Didn't put any sunscreen on today. I feel like I should have. It's getting warm up here.
I am feeling the burn as well.
So 3.5 minutes to go. Cascades about on pace with what score they put up yesterday versus LA. I think the Wolfpack side will definitely enjoy the film sessions. Hopefully they get some good use out of this. Hopefully we don't get any brutal criticism on our job calling the game today. I'm having a lot of fun, so I hope the rewatch is worthwhile for the team. I'll definitely be looking for some improvement, but
yeah. Brian, what do you think this timeout conversation is looking like for the Wolfpack?
I see a lot of arm waving from Will Griffin, so that's he's heated. I think he's always intense, but I think he's recognizing this as an opportunity for his team to, like we were saying, get this game under their belt, but actually walk away with the confidence that they gave this fourth quarter a fair shake, and get some respect, leave it on the field. Will, when he coached me in college at San Diego State, he was always making the conversation about something more than what you're doing from one point to the next. It was always, you're playing out here, you're showcasing for the community. Leave it on the field. Don't leave anything else out there because you're only going to get a few chances like this.
Yeah.
Obviously, the game's not as close as he would like it, but instilling that same sort of inspiration and motivation, hopefully, for these Wolfpack gals to march it down and get another goal here. We've got 3.5 to go. Wolfpack chasing Cascades, who are down. Wolfpack's down 9-17. So given the way the possessions and the efficiency of scoring shake out here, I think the game's going to fall to the Cascades, but that timeout was more about the momentum. So I think we're seeing a strong start. Reyes with the disc.
They were cutting with a
nice
purpose.
Grab. Yeah, absolutely.
where
has this been this whole half? I see a lot of continuation, just playing great ultimate, great throwing, great catching, continuation and timing of cuts. That's wow. She maintains it. A little zippy throw on the dump to Reyes, and boom, just like that. That's the quick offense that I think Will Griffin was saying. You guys can do this. We've seen you do it at this level today and in many other practices. We'll take another look at that score.
That was definitely the most tenacity I've seen from the Wolfpack for this whole game.
Yeah, you could sense from the decisiveness of their cuts that they knew they could score. They wanted to score, and they were dead set on scoring. So excellent possession and a good timeout to recollect themselves. So that puts the Wolfpack in double digits now, 10-17, trailing the Cascades. So a little bit different than the format, like you were saying. The game yesterday was, I think you said 12-12 in the fourth.
Mm-hmm.
and Cascades were able to pull away. So they kind of slowly have edged out the Wolfpack throughout this game. First getting the lead, I think 9-6 it was at half, and then doubling up that amount of breaks in the third quarter and kind of trading here in the fourth.
Yeah, and going back to what you talked about with Will Griffin and his halftime or any kind of timeout speeches, these women are playing for the viability of professional women's ultimate in the future, and the purpose of these games is really to increase visibility of women's ultimate and to establish a professional presence to build on not only this year but in years coming, so that we can really move forward with gender equity and being able to give women the opportunity to get paid for their skills as well.
Sure. Yeah, and just like that, we see the Cascades working the disc effectively upfield until a kind of a low, tough throw. Wolfpack's going to send it deep.
Oh, my.
Beautifully run down. Beautifully thrown and beautifully chased down for Dakota Lippincott.
Was that Lisa Shippick that threw that? Oh, what a point.
Mars Lopes, I think we've agreed is her nickname with the goal. Number 9, Lippincott with the chasing down the huck. We'll take another look to see if we can go back. That's going to be the goal, but it was really the throw before that from well beyond the other side of the midfield that put Lippincott in position to make that high release throw to Mariana Lopes. Everybody's feeling good now. I think you can see the smiles and the rejuvenated excitement by the Wolfpack side that, hey man, this is fun. This is actually the pinnacle of the sport, viability testing for the women's premier, ultimate at the highest level.
Heck yeah.
And this is what we want to see. That's the type of throwing and caliber that we expect, and it's good to see.
I believe that was Laura Prelsnick with that
Here's the
huge huck.
Yeah, here's the huck. Oh, there we go. That's a great look. Great awareness to read it and actually box out in the process, kind of trailing away from her defender. And then a high release to space with 2 Wolfpack players in the area. Tecum never had a chance on that score. So the Cascades moving downfield rather quickly as we took an extended look at that last play. Getting into the red zone here is about a minute and a half left. Mercer finds Edie. Back to Mercer. Another high release to Tecum. Wow. And that's a goal. A little physical on the grab. Both players shake hands. So that was an effective kind of offense through the handlers. Let's see that again.
Going to number 50, Charlie Mercer, who fights out a tough defender to bring this down.
All those throws are pretty closely contested, so I like to see the defensive intensity from the Wolfpack side. But obviously you've got some veteran throwers there, Edie and Mercer, to take home for the goal. So
yeah, those high release backhands they're tough to defend.
Yeah, and the width on the end zone line with throwers like that, you can just really put it up to either side and throw your player open rather than force something that's in a tight lane or tight space. So everybody out here has more or less got those throws, the high releases in 20, 15 yards. So we've got a minute 23 to go. It's going to be Spalding with the pull for the Cascades.
The Wolfpack's heading downwind, so we'll see if they're able to take advantage of that and convert.
Cheyenne looking for the dish. Good quick penetration through that zone. You've got to have active, we called them poppers in college, basically, to get through those 3 fronts, come all the way to the thrower, through those 3, and then get the dish, reset that stall count.
Yeah, that is something that I think they
Room
could
up line. Oh,
utilize a little bit better, but
what a throw.
keeping those options open wider.
Wow.
Wow.
Beautifully thrown, and that leaves somebody wide open in the end zone. Amazing patience, but then awareness from, I think it was Cheyenne Lopez with that big crossfield flick huck.
Great vision there.
Here it is again, seeing one option down the line and electing to throw it as far as just about any pass we've seen today. And then a wide open trailing Wolfpack player for the goal. So 12-18 leads back down to 6. And the Wolfpack will be pulling to the Cascades here in just a minute. We've got 36 seconds left, so this could be the final possession depending on how tightly or loosely the Wolfpack defense elects to play. If they want to pull it OB like they did a few points ago, that was pretty effective. Or down the line, I should say. It wasn't intentionally OB, but to the near sideline where they can trap a double team on the mark. There it is. Not as much turnover as I'd like to see when I'm throwing the roller on the disc golf course, but turned over a little quick, but it gives them an opportunity to put that double team on. Looks like Edie with the disc picks up. Dishes to 3, then to 9, Titcomb. Rodenberg back to Titcomb, back to Edie. Oh, and the big around. Wow, nice grab from Kelly Jillian. Back to Titcomb. We've got 10 seconds left now, so if they don't elect to put it in here, they can essentially run it out with the stall count if they'd like. Oh, and a scuba.
Oh.
Wow, nice grab by Edie. And the clock goes up right after that catch, so no scoring opportunity. Final score of 18-12 in favor of the visiting Cascades to the home side, San Diego Wolfpack. It's been a pleasure having you guys tune in out there today. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and again, happy Mother's Day. We've got 2 more games in this series of women's professional ultimate on the West Coast. June 15th at Mission Bay High School at 4:15 versus the Los Angeles 99s. And then the San Diego side will head up to LA in a couple weeks following, June 30th, 4 p.m. at Culver City High School. So we hope you guys are tuning in then. It's been a pleasure. My name's Brian Moore.
I'm Jasmine Jordan.
We'll see you next time.
And as always, fans, you're welcome to join